Have you ever asked for help, asked for advice, had a goal, something you wanted to achieve, and you needed somebody to help you? So I'm standing in front of my library that's full of people who are achievers, and they've all written books. So there's a great place to start. If you want help, go to the people that have achieved the things that you want to do, and most of them have written a book or they've done a podcast, or you can watch a documentary on them. But here's a great question. When somebody does help you, if you help somebody else, what's that relationship all about? How much of that is I'm giving because I want to give without anything in return? How much of that is I will take whatever you've got to give me and I don't have to give you a thank you or give you anything in return? And there's a great quote that goes with that. When the student is ready, the teacher or the mentor will appear. So when you're ready to achieve a goal and you're looking for the right person to help you, they usually appear, or you can go and find them in a book or a podcast or a documentary. But it's really interesting that the next part of that quote is when you become successful or when you think you know everything, then the mentor, the teacher, the person who helped you tends to disappear out of your life. So the quote is, when you are ready, the teacher, mentor will appear. When you are successful, when you know everything, they disappear. And why do they disappear? Is it because you stop appreciating that they were in your life? And it's a really interesting question that's probably irrelevant for young people. But if you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, a leader, you've invested a lot of time helping people. Have you noticed that there are some people that after you help them, they either completely disappear or they think they're better than you because they've applied your advice and now they've become really good at what they do and they think they're better than you? And it's just an interesting human observation. It's an interesting human behavior. But it's interesting because a lot of people that are, particularly in the books behind me, but the very successful people that I've had the privilege of meeting will all share that with me. They'll say, I helped this young guy, I helped this young woman, I helped this team, I helped this organisation, and they became successful and they forgot who I was. Now the beautiful thing is when you are internally successful, when you love who you are, when you respect yourself, you have become successful because of your hard work and your discipline, and you have applied the rules of success to your life. If other people do it, that's great. If they don't, it doesn't matter. And if people treat you badly, it doesn't matter. But there are quite a few people in my life who've shared with me, Rowie, I'm very disappointed. I'm very annoyed. I'm frustrated, even angry, that I gave this person all of my time, my energy, my help, my money, my life experience. They took it all, and then either now they completely ignore me, or they think they're better than me, or they just, it's almost like, and this is something that a business owner shared with me, that they don't want me in their life anymore because it proves that they didn't do it by themselves. When people become successful, they want to be able to say, I did this. And they don't want to say, but this person helped me, supported me, gave me money, gave me their time, gave me their experience. I want that person to disappear because it proves that I didn't do it by myself. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because if you want to achieve something, you often can't do it by yourself. Now, the first part of that is do everything you possibly can by yourself. Because is it possible that successful people are more likely to help you if you come to them with, I've done this, this, and this, I've read this, I've done this, I've studied this, I've trained in this area, and now I really need some help. Is it possible that successful people are more likely to help you if you've done everything you can on your own versus, I need your help and I don't know what to do? So there's a great place to start. Go and do everything you possibly can on your own. And if you've got somebody that you think can help you, and you think they are the right person to help you, do they have a book? Do they have a podcast? Do they have a documentary? So that if you actually get the pleasure of meeting that person, you can say, I read your book, I watched your podcast, I have listened to and read your all about you, watched your documentary. These are the questions I now have based on the information I have about you, which says a lot more about you than, please can you help me because you're good at. If you want somebody else's help, it's really interesting to take note that successful people always want to help you. I'll rephrase that. Beautiful, successful people. So obviously there's some nasty assholes in the world, of course. But most people who have worked hard, committed, disciplined, focused, done everything they need to do to become whatever you consider success to be, in my experience, are all lovely people and they want to help other people to do the same. And there's a great analogy for that too. The top of the mountain is not very crowded. The bottom of the mountain full of people who have never climbed. But once you get to the top of the mountain and you've climbed and you've achieved and you've done the things that other people don't do, there's very few people up there. Very few people to hang out with, very few people to brainstorm with, very few people to invest time with. So successful people actually want other people to become successful, so they've got somebody to brainstorm with, even somebody to compete with. If you've got a restaurant or an accounting business or a medical practice, or doesn't matter what business it is, I'm just randomly suggesting that everybody that's become successful in those areas, they want competition. If you've got a great cafe, you want other competition to make sure that you get better at what you do. Because if you don't compete, you can't get better. If you've got nobody who's pushing you, you don't get better. If you're not under pressure, you don't get better. So successful people will want to help you. But there's a next part to that. What is the respect? What is just the appreciation that they deserve? Now, they don't need it. I promise you, they don't need it. And most of them don't even want it. But if you're a beautiful person and you've become successful because of somebody's help, or your life has changed because somebody has invested time in you, would it be a really good idea to show your appreciation and it's just respect. Thank you so much for what you've done for me, and maybe just keep in contact. These are the great things that I keep achieving because of the help that you gave me. The reverse of that, if you are giving help to people, it's a really good idea to not expect anything in return. If you have given money, support, life experience, training, education, and people's lives have changed because of you, don't expect that they're going to appreciate that. Don't expect that they're going to be in your life for very much longer. Because usually when people become successful, they also get very busy and they forget about everybody that helped them get there, and they just do their thing. And that's just human nature, isn't it? Human nature is, I'm focused on me. And a lot of people say, no, that's not true, Rowie. Everybody cares about their family and their friends. Really. And I'll just give you a very simple example of that. If somebody tells you they've got a sore throat or a sore foot or they've got a headache, how much do you really care that they told you that? Now, if you're a mum and you care about your child, that might be a different example. But most of the time when we say to somebody, how are you? And they say, I've got a toothache, I've got a headache, I've got a sore foot. It's not really affecting us, and we don't really care. Because what we care about is our headache and our sore foot and our challenge. And we might want other people to care about our challenge. But a really interesting thing to observe about human nature is most people are selfish. And is that a bad thing? I don't think so. Because, and I'll use the analogy again from the plane, if the emergency noise goes off and the oxygen masks falls out of the ceiling of the plane, it's suggested that you breathe first, because if you're not breathing and you're dead, you obviously can't help the other people in your life. So if you're not looking after yourself first, selfish could be the word for that, then is it possible that you can't look after other people? The reverse of that is those people who say, I look after everybody else and nobody cares about me. That we call them martyrs. People who they're constantly sharing what they do for other people and nobody cares about them. Well, here's a really great insight into successful people, and there's a whole heap of them in the library behind me. People who are rock solid, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-discipline, self-motivated, self-inspired. They don't tell anybody what they've done. They don't brag about what they've done. They don't brag about the people that they've helped. They just get on with their life. And if they can help people, they do. And if those people are thankful, that's great. But if they're not, that's okay. So if you're a bit bitter and twisted and angry because you've helped some people and they haven't appreciated it, that's just human nature, and just accept that person's now revealed who they are. Should it stop you from helping people? I hope not. A long time ago, I became very guilty of that because I did a lot of helping and a lot of supporting and a lot of giving money and giving stuff, and it was never appreciated. And I thought, well, I'm not going to give anymore. Well, that's just silliness, isn't it? Because when you do that, now the people that are horrible, nasty, disrespectful, ungrateful people they're in control of your life because they've changed you. So regardless of how people treat you, even if it's the crappiest, horriblest person who does terrible things to you, if you become a crappy, horrible person because of that, they have now controlled your life. So what a great idea. Just be the beautiful person that you are. Keep giving. Keep doing what it is that you do to help people become successful, and use their success, not their appreciation, just an observation of their success, that what you've shared with them works. And again, behind me is a whole group of people who have shared their expertise, insight, life experience, training skills, education with me because I've read their books, and it's helped me become successful. They don't even know how good my life is because of them. And it's just a beautiful way to give. I like anonymous giving. Give without expecting anything in return. Even better, give without the person knowing that it was you that gave to them, which is what the books behind me are. People have just shared their life experience and their insight and their wisdom. They've given that out to the world. I've bought the book because I think that's responsible, to buy the thing that the person's selling. It's added value to my life, and now I get to stand here and share. I'm healthy, fit and strong. I have a career that I love every single day of my entire life. I've never had a lousy, stinking, rotten job. I've had the privilege of being financially free for a very long time, and I only have great people in my life. And that's a choice, and that's a choice that you can make too. So if you want to live your life to the max, you can live your life to the max. Woo!